Good evening, everyone. Marion, hi, how are you? How the devil is everybody? It's another week of so-called lockdown, which isn't actually lockdown at all in any way whatsoever around here anyway. How have you all been? What have you been up to? Hopefully everybody out there is safe and well and all those things. Water. Did you enjoy last week's show? As Katarina, my friend from Finland, said, you actually found someone on the show who talks more than you do, which is Ollie. You know, it's me and Ollie. It's like we both talk. We probably, if you've watched the show last week, look on the channel, you'll see it. We like to talk. Also, if you want to check out my SoundCloud page, my Instagram page, my Reverb Nation page, my Donkey Express and Your Sister's Ass page. That's from Vic Di Bettetto, if anyone knows who he is. All right, Alex, how are you? We've got Finland in the house. We've got Florida in the house. Now, so I was about to say, someone out there, I've forgotten it is, likes it when I say so all the time. Yeah, not in this room. I nearly said it then. Today, in this country, actually, I think it's all around the world. I thought it was the 23rd, but it's the 21st today, Father's Day. So what I thought I would do, I don't normally open a show with this number, but I'm going to today. And this one is the one everybody knows I wrote about my father. It's called Just Because You're Gone Doesn't Mean I Don't Love You. It was written about him after he passed away. But, you know, on days like today, I was telling Agata on VE Day in May, because my dad was alive and, you know, finished the war as a teenager. And I remember I really wanted to talk to him on that day. And obviously I couldn't because he'd been dead for 16 years. But so I'm going to put this first one is going to be that song. But I'm also going to do a dedication to this song because for those of you that know, I've been watching on Saturday nights. I have been watching Jesse Malin play his fine art of self-distancing that he was doing from his apartment, and then he was doing from the Berlin bunker. And he's changed it to Thursdays now because it was on Saturdays 9 p.m. our time. Now he's doing it on Thursdays, and he's playing at the Bowery Electric in New York, which I played actually. And so if he's playing with a full band now, so check it out. Thursdays. If you're in America, it's 7 p.m. Eastern. If you're in the UK, it's midnight. And if you're in Central Europe, it's 1 a.m. But you can buy a ticket and you can keep watching it for 2 or 3 days. If you can't stay up, you can just go in and watch it whenever you want. And then it also gets repeated on Sundays, apparently, which the first one will be this week. So I don't actually know what happens. Anyway, all I'd like to say is in the last few weeks, I've been watching Jesse do his thing. And it's actually helped a lot. You know, it gave me something to look forward to on a Saturday, knowing you're going to hear this good music and stuff. So, and also he has a new album. Well, the current album is an album called Sunset Kids, which is what he was touring when coronavirus hit and he had to leave. He was actually playing in London and he had to leave London and get back to America before they closed the borders. So I'm actually going to dedicate this song because when he was making his album Sunset Kids, his own father passed away, Paul Malin, and he was telling a story about how he wanted to his father wanted to hear his new music, and he was like, it's not ready yet, it's not mixed, I'll play it to you when it's finished. And of course, unfortunately, his father passed away before it was finished, so he never got to hear it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to dedicate this to Jesse Malin, because just to say thank you for all of he's helped me during this thing with his music and his positive. He always talks about PMA, positive mental attitude. So this goes out to Jesse. It's called Just Because You're Gone Doesn't Mean I Don't Love You. It's the first song on my I'm getting laughed at here. It's the first song on my yet to be released album, and it goes something like this. Just because you're gone, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because you're not there, it doesn't mean that I don't care. The rooms you once inhabited were filled with your life, plunged into darkness as you stepped out of sight. Just because you're gone, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because you're not there, it doesn't mean that I don't care. Because I do. Because I do. Because I do. I still miss you, and I always will. The last time I kissed you, it lingers on in my memory still. The years that you were there were the best years of my life. You were always so supportive throughout the trouble and the strife. Just because you're gone, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because you're not there, it doesn't mean that I don't care. Because I do. Because I do. Because I do. You never judged, you were always there for me. Now many years have passed, and I've not forgotten to see. Your memory still burns deep down inside of me. That's the way that it will always be. Just because you're gone, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Just because you're not there, it doesn't mean that I don't care. Because I do. Because I do. Because I do. Because I do. Do you know what? I actually went to go on into another verse, forgetting it was the end of the song because I was, carried away. I was also getting distracted because while I'm playing down there, one of the cats is lying on the floor. I was kept trying to grab my foot while I was playing, which is quite, I'm actually barefoot. So he's got sharp claws, but he's lying down there trying to grab my foot. So it's not normal. And normally when you're playing on stage, you don't have a cat grabbing your bare feet. Or if you do, you're a hippie. 0%. I'm not 0%. Do you know what date is it? It's the 21st. In 8 days' time, it will be 6 months since I last had any alcohol. 29th of December. That's the longest time since before I started drinking. Before that, it was 4 months. That was when I was in my... Oh, you've just seen a cat. This is one of the cats. This is Oreo. Oreo, say hello. There we go. There's one of the cats. And he's looking at something that's not actually there. He's just trying to look interesting, aren't you? There we go. He's looking at himself in the mirror. So he must be a glam rock cat. He's a tart. He's looking at himself in the mirror. So I just said that word. I just said that word. I have to write this down because I'll forget. I mean, I have a list of songs here, requests, etc., etc., etc. Oh, yeah, don't tell Jerry. Actually, no, do tell him that. Tell him I was watching rugby. But it was on Saturday nights. It would have been 9 o'clock my time, so it would have been before Jerry. You know, Jerry would still be in bed. He would be. Right, I'm just checking a few things. So, people who are in the comments, tell me how you are doing. How has things been? How is life treating you? Miss Lucille! Miss Lucille is in the house. Check her out on Facebook, Black Rooster. Check out her music. Very much of the times. She's got a finger on the pulse and she's capturing the energy of what's going on in the world at the moment. So check her out. This next one. Shall I do this one now? No, I'm going to do this. This one is also on my album. I haven't played it for a while. It's called The Howling Wind. It was sometime after the Festival of Goodwill I first began to feel that deadly chill. It crept up deep down inside my bones and made itself feel right at home. Another year is over, another one is about to begin. Yesterday has been and washed away all its sins, and the new year has only just begun. It slaps you round the face like the steel of a deadly gun. It's the howling wind, it's coming with me. It's the howling wind, it always will. If you listen carefully, you can hear the howling wind. It comes from way down deep within your soul, from way down within. And all that misery, when it rises to the top, just remember that it very rarely stops. If you listen carefully, you can hear it out there, blasting around in the cold night air. You can hear it howling around the trees outside, and if you listen carefully, you might just get hypnotized. The howling wind, it comes with me. It's the howling wind, it always will. Robert Johnson heard it, so did Kurt Cobain. Nick Drake and Churchill, they gave it the same name. They heard its screams of tormented pain. They heard it over and over again. It's right behind you, breathing down your neck. Can you feel it? Putrid breath, it's the howling wind. It comes with me. It's the howling wind. It always will. It's the howling wind. It comes with me. It's the howling wind. It always will. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel? Can you feel? Can you feel? Can you feel? Thank you very much. Okay, Lucille Black Rooster. So when I'm talking about Black Rooster, if you look up Lucille Black Rooster, so Lucille, Black Rooster, and check her music out. And actually, Lucille, before all this coronavirus, she just played in Germany. She'd done a gig over in Germany. If I remember, you had record label interest as well. So basically, when all this crap is over, get back out there, get on that record label, and let's see you tearing up those stages. And I look forward to that. So what's been going on in the writing? Have I ever met Johnny English? Is that as in Johnny English, the spy, Johnny English? As in Rowan Atkinson's Johnny English. Is that what you meant? Yeah, Johnny English. Have I ever met him? Met him? I am him. This next song, I'm going to dedicate this to Alex over in Finland. I know he likes this song. Also, check him out on SoundCloud. He's got a song on there called Spanish Fort. It's I was listening to it. I really like it. So I don't usually get very political or very topical in my music, because I think there are lots of bands out there. I mean, I grew up listening to anarchist punk bands, and anarchist punk bands used to say far more effectively about politics than anything I could ever do. So I tend to not do it, because I know that, I stick to try and doing what I'm good at. And writing political songs, as I said, there are better people out there to do it than me. So by the way, is the sound okay? It's not too loud. This song is for Alex. I was gonna do a what's his name? Michael Caine impression. This song is for Alex over in bloody Finland, and we're not gonna blow the bloody doors off. It goes like this. It's called The Writings on the Wall. It's funny how things can change so much over the course of just one day. An entire way of life just brutally stripped away. But I have just one question that I want to ask. See, why is it you're telling everything's changed forever? Could you please explain that one to me? Because the writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. What is it that you're not saying? Could you please tell me what it's all about? 'Cause none of this makes any sense to me. It doesn't add up, and I have my doubts. It seems that you can fool most of the people pretty much all of the time. but you're gonna have to try a little bit harder if you think that you can change my mind. Because the writing's on the wall, the writing's on the wall, the writing's on the wall. Cause fear and confusion, spread panic all around. Got people where you want them, easier to control. Cause a problem off of the reaction, see the situation take hold. Advance your own agenda, assume total control. Because the writing's on the wall, 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 writing's on the wall. There you go. Oh, and also if you want to check out Black Rooster on Instagram, it's Black Rooster 1970, which I do know the significance of that, but I'm not going to say. I'm going to spare the ladies' blushes. So, Marion, over in Florida, are you still there? Are you still there? Let me know if you're still there. So, Alex, I hope you enjoyed that. That was for you. I know you like that song. Yeah. Let me know if you're still out there, Marion. Matty's over there from New Zealand. Have you got any requests, Matty? Because I haven't been online, so I didn't see the messages. Got any requests? Just give me a shout and I'll see what I can do. This is a request, actually. This next one. This is a request from last week's guest, Mr. Oliver Shaw. He asked me if I'd play this because he forgot to ask me to play it last week. And so I thought I'd do it. So this is one that he likes, and this is on my album as well. I don't know, actually, the very first time he saw me play and I played it, I remember him saying he likes that song about drugs. So this song is a true story. It's about I'm just going to tell the story I do when I play live. There's two stories, a true story and this story. This story is, imagine all of you out there. I say, is anyone out there taking drugs? And if we're all in the same room, everybody would be going like this, looking at the floor, anything but looking at me. No one says yes, never. And then I go, no, I don't mean now. I meant just in general. Does anyone here take drugs? And then after that, everyone gets all brave and goes, oh, yeah, me. And then I go, right, okay, you're nicked. I'm undercover. This is called Was It Really Worth It? gonna see the man tonight, out in this wind and cold. Don't forget to take your heart with you. I know he's already got your soul. The boy kicked out of the world, and the world kicked back. The boy kicked out the drugs, and the drugs kicked back a lot fucking harder. Was really worth it. Was really worth it. Was really worth it. Now you're in ever deeper. You gotta maintain every day. Now you gotta go see the man to keep the itchy blood away. The boy thought he'd lost the world, but it welcomed him back. The boy thought he kicked the drugs, but the motherfuckers came back. And was it really worth it? 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 Now you've lost all your friends and family, everyone that kept you from home. You sold everything you ever owned to keep that needle in your arm. Now it's too late for you, my unlucky little friend, as your love reaches its logical end. And I have to ask you, I always have to ask you, I already know the answer, but this is, was it really worth it? 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 It's never worth it, folks. Trust me. People that have seen the show before know the true story behind that. It's a true story. Doesn't involve me personally firsthand. Well, firsthand it does, but I'm not the person in the problem, with the problem. Just a little disclaimer there in case anyone wonders. Is Keris's bowl covered up? Alexandra, hello, how are you? Well, this calls for a, let me think. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Over here is entertaining people.
Yeah, just let the cat do the entertainment. He's a cat. Cats are very entertaining. Alexandra, I'm going to do this for you. Here is the cat, one of them. There's his tail, which is not a great tail. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a tail, I guess, as tails go. But the other one, if you see the other one's tail, it's massive and fluffy. Right. For Alexandra in Berlin, it's for you. My foot's going to sleep. is hanging over me. All this room is sudden cold. Those were candles light the way along this tarnished road. Death is hanging over me in its empty covered shroud. Death is hanging over me, and I've never seen it so loud. It's waiting in my arms like a perfect glimpse of white. Thousand islands, twist and fall in the early morning light. Death is hanging over me. It merely twists and falls. Death is hanging over me, but I can't hear it at all. I haven't played that little lead bit at the end for a long time, so I'm going to stop there before I embarrass myself. That was for you, Alexander, over there in Berlin. Do you know that was one of the first songs I recorded when I started singing, and I did it. It was with my friend Brian, and we had Mr. Daryl Bath was on the guitar, on the lead guitar, and there's a recording of it. Actually, no, there isn't. It was on SoundCloud. No, it was on Mixcloud, because Mixcloud, you used to be able to have single songs, and now you can only have like sets, pieces of music. So it's not there. I might have it. Actually, no, I have it on CD. But also, if you want, go on to, not now, but another point, go on to YouTube, type in me and Daryl Bath playing Death is Hanging Over Me. Actually, if you look on my channel that you're on now, there's a playlist and it's got 12 bar sessions, and there's a 9-minute version of me and Daryl playing that at the 12 bar. And this guy comes in with an accordion out of nowhere. Never met him, never seen him before or since. And he just joins in and we just jam the song. And it was one of the most special. That gig was one of my favourite gigs I've ever done. I mean, one, because I was playing with Mr. Daryl, and he was sprinkling his Daryl magic all over everything. And number two, it was just a bloody good gig. It was one of them gigs where everything went right, everything connected. This guy turns up out of blue, just playing an accordion. We jam and we have a good time, and it's all very nice. Yeah, I know. Next time I'm in Berlin, I'll have to have a twang on Nikki's Flying V, because Nikki's Les Paul Jr., the one that Dave's got. I've played that. Had a good old twang on that. So yes, I've touched one of Nikki's guitars, so I have to touch another one now. I'm being looked at in a very strange manner. So is Marion out there? If you excuse me a second, I just got to try and see, because she's not answering on there, and the connection, she's in Florida, is not always very good. So I am going to check. Please talk amongst yourselves. The cat's there. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I know she was tuned in at the beginning, so let's just see if I can find her. There she is. Please forgive me for this. So I wasn't planning to play that last song. So that was completely off the cuff. I just saw Alexandra, thought, why not? Why not? So what else is there? Oh yes, there's others. There's others. There's others. Yes, you are there. Right. Okay. In that case, I think this next one is for you. This is for you. And in order to do this, I need to be joined by somebody.
What is it?
There is no God. So everybody, you haven't seen her for a while because she's been in Poland. Are you going to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Agata, and with Dave we've been preparing some music for the poetry I have written, and this one is called There Is No God.
Now, I want to dedicate this to Marion, who's in the chat room now. The reason why is because Marion's mother was from Warsaw originally, or she was in the Warsaw Ghetto in the Second World War. And this song, I hope it will sort of have some kind of resonation to her, because if anyone's ever seen that film, The Pianist, a lot of the characters that are in that film, The Pianist by Roman Polanski, Marion's mother actually knew some of those people. And she obviously survived the ghetto, and she went to America. And Marion's a lovely lady. And I just wanted to give you an idea of the lady she is that she just got married to her husband, and her mother was not very well, and she went and spent her mother's last 6 months looking after her as a newlywed, because her mother was everything to her. And this song is to do with, could you explain a little bit? Or
it's about the Second World War, and originally it was written in Polish. I did translate it to English though, and the character, it's a German officer, and I guess the rest of it you can figure it from the words. Cover your eyes. What are you going to do to me, sir? I can't look into her eyes. I can't. I slowly turn her facing the wall. Cold steel and sweat on my hands. They always tremble then. Every time I should. The sky is so peaceful. The blue getting deeper and deeper. There is no God. I go home. I'm brewing my tea. I look outside the window. Somehow these eyes have forgiven me, and there is still no God.
The reason why I wanted to dedicate that to Marian's mother is because she was an incredible lady who survived an awful, awful thing. And that is a very powerful poem, I believe. I think it touches me. So, and obviously, Agata was Polish, and her country suffered very greatly. And
Although, yes, it is inspired by the Second World War, but the way I wrote the words is that I wanted to show, a human factor that sometimes this German officer, obviously in history of Poland, they were always shown as the bad guys, and sometimes they were just fulfilling the orders. And in this character, I wanted to, show this duality.
I think you do it very well. It's probably my favourite poem of yours because it's so powerful. And I always keep saying I have this vision in my head about a video of it, because the music is supposed to simulate the marching feet. And with I said also when she does it in Polish, it's incredibly powerful as well to hear it. I like it in Polish as well. Would you like to do? Monologue? Or would you like to do a song?
I would say maybe do a song in between because it will be a completely different mood.
Okay, what do you want me to do? Something different?
I don't know. You can do a song, and then I can do monologue.
Okay.
After the song.
Okay. I shall. You've got me again, folks. Sorry about that. You've got me again. Marion said bravo.
Yeah, that's what I said. Thanks.
And half of Alexander's family died in Auschwitz as well, and Tierstadt. I didn't know that, Alex. Well, as I said, it's just with what's going on in the world at the moment, I think it's very important that these things do not be forgotten. What happened in the past should not be forgotten. And as I said, from the very first time she spoke the words to me, I just thought, this is absolutely great. I really, really, really like it. And I'm really honoured to be able to perform it with her, because I think it's a very, very powerful piece. Actually, next Sunday on the 28th, we're going to be performing online at the Isolation Cafe, which will be on Facebook. I'll put all the details. But what it's going to be an entire poetry performance with Agata will be accompanying her. So we'll be playing, I think it's 8 o'clock. I'm not sure. I think it's 8 o'clock. And we'll be doing all of her poems. And are you going to be doing some solo ones, or is it me accompanying? Or well, it's going to be purely a poetry performance with me accompanying on the guitar. So anyone wants to tune in and come along. This next song, I'm going to make that this was a request by Agata. This is a new one of mine. It's on my SoundCloud page. If anyone wants to check it out. And I think I'm going to try and inject a bit of positivity into the because most of my songs, my friend Steve, who's over in Spain, is always like, "Oh, your song's so bloody miserable," and I'm like, "Well, that's life. I write about life, Steve." But every now and again, a little positive bit comes up. So I like to keep the was it Jesse says keep the PMA, PMA is positive mental attitude, and he picked it up from the Bad Brains. They was all about PMA, positive mental attitude. So what I'm going to do, I've just said that word again. Never mind. This is a link to the SoundCloud page. So if you like the song, you can go along and listen to it. there as well. There's quite a history behind this song, but I'm just going to play it because I think you don't want to hear me waffling on, or maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's there's quite a history behind it, but it's a message of positivity. It's called Sometimes, and it goes out to Agata because she asked if I would play it. I'm just going to stick it on the list, and it goes something like this. La, da, 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 da. Been walking path for far too long, girl, on my own. You came into my life for long, light and happiness, made it a home. Just let the love into your life. Sometimes you just gotta let it flow. Don't let fear and doubt get in the way. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Let it go. Sometimes a young man's love is a very long time, girl, gone in the blink of an eye. But they say that love springs eternal if you look deep down inside. Just gotta let that love into your life. Sometimes you just gotta let it flow. Don't let fear and doubts get in the way. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Let it go. Sometimes let love flow. Sometimes just let that love into your life. Sometimes you just gotta let it flow. Don't let fear and doubts get in the way. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Let it go. Sometimes let love flow. Sometimes. Thank you very much. Are you smiling now? Yes, I dedicated that one to Agata. She did ask me if I would play that one because it's a rare moment of, apparently, a rare moment of positivity in what I do. Are you ready for the other one, or do you want to?
Do you want poem or monologue?
It's up to you.
We can do the poem.
Well, do you want to do the monologue and then we can do it?
Okay.
So what we're going to do now is Agata's going to perform a monologue. I'll let her tell you about it.
The reason why I'm also dressed up like that is because I'm doing some streaming work and I was performing Shakespeare monologues. So this is quite old-fashioned. The monologue I'm going to do right now, it's from Troilus and Cressida. And I'll be doing Cressida's monologue, where she confesses her love to troilus, where she shouldn't really, because back at that time women were not supposed to talk first about their feelings, but she's quite an outgoing lady. And Dave, I need you for this monologue. I want you to sit here and perform it to you. Let me just find it.
Sorry, I was just having a little bit of a snack on some soup. Sauerkraut soup.
Polish cabbage soup. Just cooked.
Yeah, well,
Have it.
very nice.
Okay, maybe I will not forget the words. Okay, you just don't talk. You just sit here, okay? You can look at me, but just don't talk. Because it's easier if you have somebody to perform to.
So I don't talk. That's going to be tough. Okay.
No.
Shall I just look over?
We haven't rehearsed that. No, you look at me. I'm doing this to you.
Oh, okay.
We haven't rehearsed that, so it's going to be funny.
Okay.
Yeah, and hopefully I will not forget the words. If I do, oh well. Hard to seem one, but I was one, my lord, with the first glance that ever... Pardon me. If I confess much, you will play the tyrant. I love you now, but not so now, so much, but I might master it. In faith, I lie, my thoughts were like unbridled children, grown so headstrong for their mothers. See? We fools, why have I blabbed? Who shall be true to us if we are so unsecret to ourselves? But though I loved you well, I would you not, and yet, good faith, I wished myself a man, or that we women had men's privilege of speaking first. Sweet, bid me hold my tongue, for in this rupture I shall surely speak the thing I shall repent. See? See? Your silence, cunning in dumbness, from my weakness draws my very soul of counsel. Just my mouth.
No.
You were supposed to be quiet. She's the boss. She's good. Thanks.
Was I meant to be completely quiet?
Yes. Do you know what is the next line? Did you learn the monologue? We can do a duologue next time, guys. Do you want to see me and Dave doing a Shakespeare duologue? Just say so, and he will have to learn.
Do I get? I mean, I get to stand there and go, "Oh, but gadzooks!"
Depends what monologue it is. Oh no, well,
have
which
not
play?
butter vie parsnips, things like that. Was that monologue finished? Was it the end?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God for that. I thought if I'd messed it up in the middle.
That's why I said be quiet, because I knew when I'm just going to look at you, saying like, "You silence," then you'll be like, "No, I'm not." You had to be there quiet.
I think I did very well, considering me.
Yeah, well done. Good performance. So, do you want to do the poem?
Yes.
Let me just find it again, because... And again, Dave has written the music for this one as well.
On her direction. She tells me what she wants and I try and interpret it.
Yeah. Thank you, Katrina. And yeah, this is the poem called The One.
After 3. 1, 2, 3.
A girl looks out of the window, waiting for the one. She dreams of a prince full of love and charm, the sort of man who would turn her world upside down. She got it all planned. He sees the future happy and bright, sees herself at the altar as a bride, and the man does not see anything but her, so full of love and admiration as he stares. A girl is daydreaming with those images in mind. Every now and then you hear her deep sigh. She is fed up with a long, lonely night. Her hope is the only source of light. She's waiting and waiting as the days go by, but happy to wait for the right kind of guy. She believes he will be worth her time. She believed he wouldn't have made her cry. So the day finally came, and the prince did arrive. That found her completely unprepared and surprised. It was a sort of feeling she couldn't describe. Her dreams suddenly became alive. The prince stopped and looked her up and down. He said, "Not bad. You will do. For now, I will take you on a ride downtown. You can accompany me while I'm looking for the one." Oh yeah, I think Michelle is talking to Alexander. Yeah.
Well, that was this poem called The One, which I really like because it has a nice little medieval feel to it. It took a while to find the right word to get that.
That we were supposed to have this medieval feel because I wanted to do it as a tale style, like a fairy tale style with a sort of twist at the end.
A little twist at the end, which I really like.
Thank you. I think that's it from me.
It's my fault, actually, because we were meant to rehearse more and I messed up. So, but you never know. You never know. But don't forget, on Sunday next week, the 28th, I think it's at 8 o'clock, but we'll be playing at the Isolation Cafe, and it will be completely a poetry performance. I'll be doing some accompanying on the guitar. And what I like about doing this, because when I'm doing my things, I'm just playing. I mean, I do change guitars, but I effectively, it's in the same tuning, whatever. When I'm doing poetry, I'm playing a 12-string, a 6-string classical, this guitar, and there's different tunings. There's one called Mystic Dreams, which is it takes me right out of my comfort zone. So I like the idea of coming out of my comfort zone to do something that, normally left to me, my own devices, I'll just be like.
So for the Mystic Dream, it's a sort of Celtic tuning, and another one I would like to rehearse with you will be Arabic guitar.
So yeah, there's going to be Mystic Dream is Celtic tuning, so it's actually D-A-D-G-A-D tuning, which is like a Celtic tuning, and the other one, Dusty Deserts was going to be Arabic. So I'm going to have to teach myself Arabic tuning, or how to play an Arabic style, which I thought I used to know years ago, but I obviously don't and need to study.
And yeah, There's No God, it was based on a sort of Nazi march.
Yeah. But I said earlier that There Is No God, the music is based on soldiers marching along. I mean, I have a whole video in my head, but it's not for me to, it's not my work. I can only say what I would do, but she knows exactly what she wants. It's just a question of trying to get for me to interpret it in the right way, which I try to do. Now, how can I follow that? I know. I'm going to do another rare bout of positivity. So I'm going to this is a song that was written by a friend of mine who is no longer with us. There's quite a few songs I know that are to do, either written by or to do with people that are no longer with us. I'm not a curse, trust me. If you know me, it doesn't mean, just in case. So this one is written by a friend of mine called Mick Lynes, who is sadly no longer with us. I would really like to record this properly on my next album. I'm trying to get permission because, you know, I would like to do it with his family's blessing. I have actually recorded an acoustic version, which I can put up. I mean, it's fully credited as Mick's song, obviously. And but I would like to be able to do it properly on a studio. I'm going to do it with a friend of mine, Pete Kosanovich, because he loves that song too. So I think we're both going to do it together, or we'll do separate versions of the same song. But you know, Pete was a very good friend of Mick's, and I know he'll do it justice. He's in the middle of doing a new album at the moment. In fact, he's nearly finished it. Pete Kosanovich is his name. Check him out. He's great. This one is a song. This is a request. This is a request from Kohania, and it's called Oxygen. So this goes out to you. Hang on. Sorry about that. That's bad. There's a reason why I stopped. There's a reason why I stopped. That looks really bad, but this show's live, you can tell. It's because I'm still learning the words, and the words, I had the wrong song in front of me. This is for Kanye. Well, take me as you find me, 'cause I can't be all you want me to be. I'm lonely, but I won't be such refined company. Oh baby, sweet baby, you know I love you completely. Well, here I am, and there you are, and you're angry, and I know it's true, but try to see that I want to be reaching out. Only you, oh baby, sweet baby, you know I love you completely. Well, I'm coming up, yeah, I'm coming up, I'm coming up for some oxygen. Oxygen, oxygen, 'cause I gotta breathe. take my hand and understand. Try to see, but I am just a man who loves you so. So please don't make me go into lost infamy. Oh baby, sweet baby, you know I love you completely. Well, I'm coming up, yeah, I'm coming up, yeah, I'm coming up for some oxygen. 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 'Cause I gotta breathe. Yeah, I gotta breathe. Yeah, I gotta breathe. Something. There we go. I also had a runny nose. I'm trying to go like that while I'm playing. Not easy. I've just remembered something I should be promoting. As well as the Isolation Cafe gig next Sunday, 8 o'clock, I believe it's going to be. What was that? The one I just did? You like that one? Let me know, Alex. On Wednesday this week, I was very, very privileged and honoured to be part of a compilation album was released. That was compiled by my friend. He's from Australia, but he is actually a UK resident now. And it's called What Colour is Sound? I'm just going to put the link into the chat, so anyone that wants to check it out can do. There we go. That's a review of it. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Let me just get to it. Where is it? Right. This is the official press release. It is, as I said, it's put together by Michael Plater, and it's the first volume of What Colour is Sound? Various Artists compilation series is out today. It's on Bandcamp. Huge thanks to Lee Chalker did the artwork. You can pay whatever you want for it, and all the proceeds go to a Black Minds Matter UK. It features 16 artists: Joe Mears, Datsun Hughes, Katie Jantz, Emily Love Snow, friend of mine Petra and Raphael, Remarkable Shipwrecks, it's a great name for a song, Belle Phoenix and the Subterranean Sea, again, friends of mine, Michael himself, Michael Plater, Mark's Paranormal Disneyland, Opium Dream Estate, Marsden Williams and the 245T. Marsden is a guy out of Melbourne who I think he's going to be featuring on one of my songs one day. Sam Shinazi, Joe Beth Young, Malcolm Carlo, also known as Monty, who I've shared a bill with many times, my good self, Dean Richards, Michael Plater and Phil Richards, and Cold Irons Bound. And I'm going to put the link to the actual compilation album in the chat room now. So for anyone that's watching the recording of this, the recording of which title was that, Alex? So that's in the chat room is the link, and it's got 16 songs on there, and I do a song on there called My Bitter Tears, which I always call my Phil Schoenfeld song, because it sounds to me like a Phil Schoenfeld song. And when I did the recording for it, I actually thought, you know what, I'm going to send it to Phil, so because Phil's a friend of mine. So I sent it to him, and I said, yeah, I call this my Phil Schoenfeld song because, you know, to me, it sounds like you. It sounds like a song that you would do. And he likes it. He was like, you know, I'm really flattered to you know, to be inspired. I said, you didn't inspire it. You sound like it. You know, to me, it sounds like you. And I thought, well, I'm known to being a bit of a cheeky sod. So I just thought, I'm going to go one step further. I'm not going to send it to him. I'm going to say to him, look, I would like to record it. Would you be on it? And he's like, of course. So I'm going to have Phil on my song that I think sounds like Phil. It's called My Bitter Tears, and it's on the What Color Is Sound compilation. It goes like this. 2, 3, 4. Oh, Katerina, I know you like this one. So this goes out to Katerina as well. It's not the rain falling from the sky. It's the tears of disappointment falling from my eyes. It's not the first time, it won't be the last. Try as I might, I can't escape my past. Bad decisions, bad judgment cost me dear. And now I face my final fear. The tears are welling up. Nothing I can do to make them stop. My bitter tears, my biggest fear. My bitter tears, my biggest fear. It wasn't supposed to end this way, but this melancholic hell is set to stay. Bad luck stalks me at every turn. Dance too close to the fire and you will burn. And now it's all over and it's all said. There's just nothing left now except my regret. The tears are welling up. Nothing I can do to make them stop. My bitter tears, my biggest fear. My bitter tears, my bitter tears. Now there's nothing left where life once dwelt. It's difficult to believe that once all was well. But happiness and hope don't live here anymore. And there's nothing left here except for my bitter tears, my bitter tears, my biggest fear, my bitter tears, my bitter tears, my biggest fear, my bitter tears, my bitter tears, bitter tears, my bitter tears, the bitter tears. Yeah, I look forward to doing that with Phil. I'm also probably going to be doing it with a guy called Mark Steiner. Anyone who knows Mark, he's from New York, but he's based in Norway. And he was saying, come over and record when coronavirus is over. Come over and record that one. And I've forgotten the other one. There were two. And I thought, well, see if I can get Phil over as well. You know, why not? So what's the here? Yes, so Katerina, that was for you. I'm going to do another. Am I going on? Oh. I'm having this done to me. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm not doing too bad. Not too long. Not too long. Right. I'm just looking at the requests that I was asked to do. I've done one. I've done two. I've done three. There's only one left to do. One request left to do, unless, of course, anyone comes up with another one. And then there is a distinct possibility that Robert may be your father's brother, which, if you don't know what that means, it just means Bob's your uncle, which is an English saying. This one, by the way, anyone out there, wherever you are in the world, what's the weather like? Because I'm being terribly English, so I'm going to ask about how the weather. Just let me know. Is it raining? Basically, what I want to know is, anywhere out there, is it raining? Let me know if it's raining. "47 degrees. It's not raining there then. That's Saudi Arabia. Is it? Let me know if there's anyone, if it's raining. I'll be 2 seconds. Got a very tickly nose today. You can see the face that's being pulled at the moment. It's a classic, if you can see the face. Oh, no, Alex. I want you just to stay for this. This is why I'm going to play this.
Are you trying to stop Alex?
Huh?
Are you trying to stop Alex?
Yeah.
Don't annoy his girlfriend.
Here we go. This is for you. This is my version of a classic. It's on one of my favorite albums, Robert Fear's Velvet Basement, and it goes like this. I haven't played this for a while either, so. I'm going to record this at Woodbine Street one of these days. And it goes like this. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free for a long time. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free when the rain comes down. 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 Broken window in downtown. A broken girl in a broken gown. He said he's gonna set you free when the rain comes down. Rain comes down. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free when the rain comes. When the rain comes down, when the rain comes down, when the rain comes down. He pinned his heart up to a wall, pinned on the floor against it all. He's gonna set you free when the rain comes. When the rain comes down, when the rain comes down, he's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free. When the rain comes down, when the rain comes down, when the rain comes. When the rain comes down, he's gonna set you free. He's gonna set you free when the rain comes. When the rain comes down, you're gonna be sitting in your room all alone, sitting, dreaming, thinking about all the girls that you've ever loved and known. When the rain comes down. There you go, Alex. That was a Jacobites number. I did it a different way than most people do it. I just have it start off slow, go fast, because the original song is fast all the way through. And I just like to wrap it up a bit. This is going to be my last. I'm going to do 2 more songs, and then I'm going to be out of here. This is my. This is the last request of the night, and this is another one that was requested by my guest from last week, Mr. Oliver Shaw. I just had a thought: if we had you and Ollie here at the same time, that would be quite a fun. I think it would.
Did you give him any snacks?
I offered him. He didn't want any. Didn't want any. He didn't. The only thing he took off me was a cup of tea.
If you are Polish, just give them.
Well, he was so late. We literally had to go straight online. And I've just realised I've just brought out the wrong. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to need it now. So this one is for. Yeah, well, I thought I'd do that for you, Alex. So you and your girlfriend are off out to eat now. Have a good one, and I'll speak to you soon. This one is one that Ollie asked. Anyone that's out there that's drinking, I'm going to ask you, what is it you have in your glass? And, you imagine you've just said to me, vodka. And then I would say, where I come from, down south of the Dixie line, we have a saying, if you drink enough of that vodka, you will see the devil in that bottle. And this song is called Oh Satan, There Is Just No Pleasing You. And it goes like this. This is for my friend Oliver Shore. Oh Satan, there's just no pleasing you. No matter what I do, 'cause it's always about you. Oh Satan, there's just no pleasing you. 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 Here's one from Dee Ramone. What did they do? The hours turn into days. The days turn into weeks. The weeks turn into months. And the months, well, they just turn into years. The sun, it goes up. And the sun, it goes down. And there's no change to this drunken merry-go-round. Because you are always on my mind. Oh, Satan, just no pleasing you. No matter what I do, 'cause it's always about you. Oh, Satan, just no pleasing you. Sitting in your front room, everything's going to rack and ruin. Watching life fade away. Ah, fuck it, I'll do it another day. Because you are always on my mind. Started out as a little got more and more. And it's got you in its grip. You don't even realize you're sick. Because you are always on my mind. Oh, Satan, just no pleasing you. No matter what I do, 'cause it's always about you. Oh, Satan, just no pleasing you. Oh, yeah! The bottle comes out. The liquid goes down. Smiles all around. Slowly turn to frowns. Because you are always on my mind. Oh, Satan, just no pleasing you. No matter what I do, 'cause it's always about you. Oh, Satan, just no pleasing you. Oh, no, just no pleasing you. Oh, yeah, just no pleasing you. Just no pleasing you. There is no pleasing that son of a bitch. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. That's one of my cousin's songs. You've heard of it. His name is Country Joe Renegade. He actually gate crashed one of the performances here the other week. He just locked me in a room. He got out the basement, came in, picked up the guitar, took over and did a set. The swine. How could he? Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the last one of the night. Thank you all for tuning in. As I said, next week it's going to be a Facebook Live. It's not going to be on YouTube, and it's going to be on the Isolation Cafe, and it will be a purely poetry performance. There will be details on my wall, etc., etc., etc. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm quite looking forward. I say quite looking forward. I'm very much looking forward to it. I've got a lot riding on it at the moment.
You've got a lot of what?
Lot riding on it.
What does it mean?
The deal I was talking about earlier. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. It's been fun. And this is a reflective, it's Sunday evening. So this is a reflective song to sort of just float on to. This is the last song that's on my album. It's a song called Shipwrecks, and it goes like this. AC, you've just come and I'm just going. This is the last song. This is called Shipwrecks. So don't forget, next week there's a poetry performance. Just like ships that pass in the night, we just float on by. We don't even turn around or stop to ask ourselves why. Ask ourselves why. Just you and I, ask ourselves why. Just you and I, the shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. We're all islands out there, just floating along our own. So wrapped up in ourselves, so far from home, far from home. Just you and I, far from home. Just you and I, the shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Life is something that just happens when you're busy making plans. Does anyone even stop to ask themselves why? Or is it easier just to float on by? Just you and I, float on by. Just you and I, the shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. What's it all about? Does anyone even really know? Maybe one day I'll get tired and stop asking myself why. Ask myself why. Just you and I, glass myself wine. Just you and I, the shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Now it's all over. The lights have come back on. The performance is over, and it's time to find our way back home. Find our way back home. Just you and I, the shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Like shipwrecks in the night. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. AC, the recording will be up in a minute so you can watch all the bits. Sorry to hear about the connection. Hopefully your house is still safe from that fire. As I said, next week we'll be on Facebook Live. It will be at a poetry performance with Agata. I'll be backing her up on the guitar with her poems. And I look forward to seeing you all then. Bye-bye. Have a good week. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe and see you then.